Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Okay,
I
for
wore
those
this just
watching
for
the
us.
playback, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I want it.
Oh, I'll get you one.
Where'd you get
We
it?
need to be twinning.
Where'd you get it?
I think this isn't Doll's Kill, but I'll look because I keep all of my holiday purchases of the day. So I'll get you one so we can match. Hi,
Ooh.
everybody.
Hello. Hi, everyone. This is Tiffany,
Tiffany.
and I'm Ava, and we're the Beam Me Up Book Club, and we're having reading sprints tonight instead of book club because we both DNF'd the book.
Yeah. And
Oops.
yeah, so we were supposed to be reading Eat My Dust here. This was going to be like a shorter read, and we did attempt to read the book.
Mhm.
It was just very confusing.
Yes. Nothing wrong with the book itself. I just feel like I was so stupid reading it. I was like, and also maybe it's our fault too because I feel like we probably needed to read book number 1.
Yes, this is a novella series. There's like a holiday novella. What was wrong with it? I never started.
Oh,
See, that's
sorry.
the thing.
I'm supposed to be showing comments. I forgot.
Oh no, you're okay. Same thing. We started late
Hello.
too. We totally we didn't put it in the calendar. I started a little bit late. I've been dealing with a little bit of a hospice holiday, grieving holiday. So there's been a lot going on with me. But for whatever reason, we both just started it. We planned to have it read before book club. And getting into it, it does preface like each novella after the first, explaining that this is like set on an alien moon where basically it's a place of refuge for humans that have been trafficked from Earth. There's alien species, I guess, has been abducting humans and trafficking them. And there was like a new world order organization that has like freed human trafficked humans and put them on this moon, and they're rehabilitating and healing and all of that. And so, and it also came with a glossary, which, I'm like, cute. I love a map. I love a glossary. I want to know where we're going. But we were just talking about right now, we didn't know we actually needed to like use that glossary. Like it felt like thick text. And I think because I wasn't situated in the world, even though I read that a few paragraphs to kind of like lead me in, because it does say that you could read them as standalones, I was just confused. Like, I knew we were following a woman that was a baker that wanted to bring Christmas to this like moon planet. But I was very confused about the world, characters, their dynamics. I would have DNF'd if it wasn't for the book club. And
Yeah, no, same. I'm reading this and I'm like, well, the first thing I feel like, because sometimes with alien romances, you get thrust into like the world, right? And you're like, okay, maybe I'll pick up on it. And like I got to 15% and I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then the hero was like, I'm here to pick up my sprats. And I'm like, okay, what are sprats? And then he started talking about like they have legs and belongings. I'm like, are these his kids? Like, it took me forever to figure out that sprats were kids.
And you know what I mean? And then, I'm one of those, let me take my notes so we can break down elements. And I'm like, this is feeling like heavy text. And I am an overachiever. So I kept reading and I was like so happy when we both agreed that this is a little much. This is supposed to be a holiday kiki. And then, okay, Miss Ava had the really like fun idea that maybe we should read a shorter holiday novella during reading sprints and discuss that. And so we started like sharing books back and forth. And so we have some choices that we might be able to read during reading sprints. Like they're like 60 pages long, and we have 2 choices for you to vote on. And we're going to do that and just like kiki, do some reading sprints and hang out for our last book club
Of
of the year. It's crazy. So I'm like,
I like this better though. We should have planned this instead, honestly.
I know.
Like, we know for next year.
But we had to get there. I mean, we tried. We tried.
We did.
It was so bad.
I got to 15% and I texted Tiffany. I was like, hey, I feel lost. Am I the only one that feels lost reading this?
I was like, thank God. I'm like, and that's like, I'm not even annotating. Why do I have notebook, pen? I'm flipping back and forth. This is too much.
It was a lot. And I feel like we wanted something fluffier and maybe easier to understand for our Christmassy book. But we
Yes.
tried. We tried it. We both had this book for free, so at least we like got a book
That's
off of our Kindle TBR. Like that's done.
Yeah, and this is another lesson of maybe not everything really is a standalone. Maybe
That
not
is
everything
very
is you can
true.
just jump right in. I mean, I think we
Yeah.
know that when we see that, in bold print on the bottom, but I tried. I'm like, oh, it's holiday. What's the big
Yeah.
deal? Mm,
No, it was a good choice. We just didn't know that it probably is not a standalone. I feel like we maybe would have understood a lot more if we did read a book number 1.
yeah, I do too. I was
So.
just like, this is a lot. And then and it was heavier. It's a heavier read. We're
Mhm.
talking about people that, there was like alcoholism brought into the chat. People were recovering from like addictions and like, from being like assaulted. And there was a lot of stuff in the book
Mhm.
too. So like, it was a lot. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. So if you read the book, let us know what you think about it. I don't know if anyone did, but if you did, let us know. Sorry, my dog is getting into the Christmas presents. Hey. No. No.
I cannot
Girl
believe
chat.
Christmas is less than like a week away. Happy holidays in general.
Yes.
So, but I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yes. We're going to do some reading sprints with a novella. We, like Tiffany said, we bumped some ideas back and forth. I'm assuming she's pulling up the books.
Yes.
And we're gonna have y'all vote on because we both couldn't decide. Because we both really liked them, or we can read both, and y'all can pick whatever one we want to read. You can either pick one, pick both, whatever you want to do, or you can read whatever you want. So, first option is
Wreck the Halls.
mhm,
Okay, let's just get into it because Ava sent this and I'm like, I love the concept about this.
mhm.
This is by N.R. Scarano.
I think.
And it seems like second chance. It's as if Krampus and Santa were actually lovers and their
And
exes.
Krampus is a woman?
Come on.
Yeah. I
Stop.
read this is the first book in that series, but they're like all standalone books. Because each book has to do with a holiday, and I've read book number 3, which is the Halloween one, which I think I mentioned that one. That one's like fiance's dad, and he's a vampire and she's a witch. I read that one for Halloween, and I really like that one.
I'm like, this is really, really cute. Okay. And then our next option, I am going to go to the synopsis because it's like cozy, small town, monstrous, curvy heroine rap, grumpy sunshine set in a library. And I'm going to show you the cover for that because I have both of them in here. I'm going to end up reading both because they were really cute. But her Yuletide troll.
The cover, I love this cover.
I know. It's so adorable. A Love in Whispering Springs novella, her Yuletide troll. I guess she works in a library. Let me get the synopsis. All I wanted was to throw the best Yule party at the library for the children of Whispering Springs. The goddess apparently felt that I needed a few curveballs thrown my way by bringing a certain handsome troll back into my life. Okay, second chance. Things seemed like they were going well between Declan and I, but after a disaster of a first date, we parted ways. Suddenly, a mysterious accident happens in the library. The dun dun dun, cozy mystery vibes. And I guess they are forced into proximity through a snowstorm and they have
I
to
love
figure out
forced
what
proximity
happened and
stuff.
address the hot tension. So like that's really cute too. And both of these are under 70 pages.
And on Kindle Unlimited. We made sure to pick Kindle Unlimited ones so we're not spending our money.
Right. Yes. So they both look cute. And I downloaded both.
So let us know in the comments. Do you want the Krampus one or the troll one?
That's the
Krampus
troll.
or troll? Let us
Right.
know. There's no wrong answer.
This is my problem with holiday novellas. I want the artwork. I want to buy them. I have like a whole shelf just full of, and that was my Christmas like novella that Ava sent me last year. Dear
one?
Mr. Claus. That book.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. Sorry, it's so cute. I love that book. Is it up here? Oh, it's in my Christmas section so that it can be hands away. It's like one of my cutest ones. Yes. Dear Monster Claus. I just love this book. In fact, it's my favorite in the series.
It's
still.
so good.
And the little letters, it's such a cute freaking book. But anyway, You're gonna have to let us know which one you want to see. Okay, yes. Isn't it such a cool idea? I'm like, oh, so they were together. And Krampus is his ex. And like, I want to know, why are they in proximity now? I mean, and this is that, like, enemies to lovers. That makes sense to me. Krampus and Santa Claus. Okay.
And I already know her writing is really good.
Oh,
So.
see, we might need to go. We might need to go with the sure thing after our experience.
That is very true. But I'm probably gonna read the other one.
I'm
Also,
reading both of them.
I'm reading both of them. So.
Okay, vote for Krampus. Okay, I'm down for that. I'm down.
We'll give it like we'll chat about something else. Give it like 5 minutes.
Well, other holiday recommendations. Obviously, both of us read Chimera for Christmas by Ursa Dax.
Yes.
Last year. I loved that. I loved how that's a really great example of how she dropped us into an intergalactic world on a space station. The heroine is starting over. She's getting a job on this new space station in a coffee shop and ends up meeting her hero. I guess, see, right? It's too interesting. I agree.
I'm doing this.
I agree. So we got 2 for Krampus. So Chimera for Christmas by Ursa Dax. I absolutely
that one was so good. I need to read number 2. That was on my TBR for the month.
Loved that one too. I loved that one too. He's an orc that owns a brewery on the same space station.
Ooh, okay.
The second in that series.
So it looks like we have 2 for the Krampus.
I'm
gonna be right back and see if my water is boiling for my dinner.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's another one that I love that's kind of like monster vibes, but I'm gonna find it while we're doing sprints too, so I can give you the author. But I loved it. It's like Mail Order Bride for Christmas, and what I love about it is that she's basically being sent to this planet as an alliance, okay, with humans, and their people are having issues, reproducing, and she ends up getting paired with this like general. He's a grump. He has like talons and a tail and and horns, and he's also like a single father of 2. He's a general, very busy, and so they enter into this arranged marriage, and I love it so much because she kind of like teaches him what Christmas is like. But that was another book where like I just fell in love with the world. Like this is a new place for her. I love the side characters. I love how they have to like communicate in the relationship, and then I love just like tech. I love if an author can kind of like douse me in the tech of the world. And because like our human heroes and heroines are usually like the entry point, or quite frankly, non-binary characters are the entry point, like it's all new. And so I loved how like everything was described. It's also what I liked about Ursa Dax with Chimera for Christmas. It's just like the lore of it all. But Mail Order Bride for Christmas, I'm going to find the new cover because it's been recovered a few times. So I also like that novella. You vote for the troll. Oh, yay. Okay, Amy. I see you. So we got 2 Krampus. We got 1 troll. They're both so cute. I know I'm going to end up reading both of them. Yes, because the tech can be confusing. Yeah. I mean, it really can. And I think that's like the marvel of it. Like if it was a cinematic experience, like I love seeing like the spectacle of it. And so if an author can describe that, like I did love that about Ursa Dax. She described like the moving ads and like how that was like jarring for her, and like walking through them. I just think it's fun.
What book are we talking about for this one?
I was telling them like some holiday recommendations. So Chimera for Christmas, and then the Mail Order Bride one. I was like, he's a Krampus. He basically looks like Krampus, but I want to get the author so I can really give them the recommendation. That one I really loved because she kind of brings Christmas to his planet. I think it's like Married to Krampus. I'm gonna find it. It's really, really cute. But I like how
I think I read that one. Did we read that one?
It's cute. That was like I read that and that was at 23, and then I read it again last year. Like that's how much I liked it.
Let me see.
And he's a single father of 2, a general, grumpy, and like their planet was very cool. And I just loved how like everything was described. We were dropped right in. Okay, I didn't need a lot of preamble and glossary. I really didn't.
I read, is it this one, Once Upon a Krampus?
No,
but I read that one. That one was pretty good.
Was it?
How short is it? It's like 62 pages. I don't
Ooh.
remember it at all.
I like gobbling these up around this time.
Let's see. All I Want for Christmas is a Glitter Orc. I read that one. That one's really fun. Tiffany recommended that for this live, but I've already read it. So that one is really fun.
I love a hero that spoils the heroine. That's so cute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have this one was really fun. Snowden with a Dragon by Sarah Ivy Hill. I really like Sarah Ivy Hill's books. But that one's like a cutesy hot one.
I love all the Snowden.
Ooh,
Oh yes.
Love that.
Yes. An alien orc for Christmas.
Okay, I think we're reading Krampus.
We might be reading Krampus. I'm so excited. I don't think I've read a female Krampus. Oh, thank you. She's my little cute one. Thank you so much.
Was it this one?
Kidnapped.
I liked this one, Kidnapped by Krampus. Instead of there being like a Santa's Wonderland world, like amusement park you go to Krampus World. And
I would go to Krampus World. I mean, this is like amusement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can leave.
She's sent to go like spy on Krampus, but she thinks that he's like just a guy in a suit. But then she like sneaks into his like penthouse or whatever, and she finds out that this man is real, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, I totally would go. As long as we can go back home, I'm down. I'll step in. Look at it.
Wait, Oh, one of my favorites is this one. When She's Married by Ruby Dixon.
Yeah.
It's in the Riververse series. This one's so cute.
I love that one.
It's so good. Like, my favorite part in this one is like the heroine has a pet like rodent on this alien planet, and she makes Christmas sweaters for it. And all I could picture was a possum. Like, she had a possum. And the hero, like, he's one of like the custodian like officers on the planet, and he comes to her door and he sees her rodent outside, and he's like gonna kill it because it's a pest. And she's like, "I can't believe you would kill my pet." And he's like, "Pet?" And then he like notices the sweater on him, and he's like, "What the fuck is up with this girl?"
I just think I love the setups for those because it's always some like regulation, you know, that like brings them together. It's so good. It's so good. Or the language barrier is always done really good in those.
If you want a sapphic one, I have Mary or Mortem, a sapphic Christmas monster one. She's a succubus. That one's fun. And then, oh, this one's always fun. Satan by Layla Faye.
Always.
That one's really fun. She has dyslexia, and instead of writing letters to Santa, she writes letters to Satan. And when she's done with the letters, she just puts them in the fire because she's like, "I'm not actually going to send these." Like, they're kind of like cathartic for her to write. She doesn't know that that's how Satan gets his mail, is by you putting the letter in the fire. So he's been like reading her letters for years.
I just love that. It reminds me of the new Jack Black movie that's out right now.
Oh, what's that one?
The little boy, same thing. He has dyslexia, and he thinks he's writing a letter to Santa, and he's writing it to Satan, and Jack Black shows up. It's really cute.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was a movie. I need to read that one. Okay, so it looks like we're reading the Krampus one. Let me get it on my phone. I cannot
get over this.
What's the name of it again?
It is called Wreck the Halls.
Wreck the Halls.
By Inar.
I'll put it in the chat.
But just look at this dress. Ooh. Girl.
We are reading.
And are they snowed in? Santa doesn't look like he's going anywhere in this get up. What's going on? Oh, I love this. I might need to recreate this look. This is fabulous.
That is fabulous. You gotta kind of dress that beautiful.
I have antlers. I have another setup in there. Oh my god, this is so cute. Does she kidnap him? I'm so curious. This is a very, very cool concept. Like, that's what I told you. I'm like, look, this is too cool. Like, I definitely picked this one. Woo. This is out of control.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about this Jack Black movie. Okay. And then yes, she has horns. She is a female Krampus. I've never heard anything like this. I'm excited.
First line's gonna be great too. Can I just read you guys the first line?
Yes, do it.
Okay. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, no one was stirred because Ira had hogtied them in the basement.
I love this. This is such a good idea.
I'm so excited. Okay. So how long do we let's look at the page count. I'm gonna be annoying. I'm doing my
It's only 40 pages.
detailed thing. So should we read it all?
I mean, we can see how we do. I guess we don't, because I know people read at different speeds. I don't want to make
Exactly.
someone speed up or slow down or whatever you want to do. Or if you don't even want to read this book, that is totally fine. But it is 40 pages and it's a novella, so I don't feel like you could spoil it. So if we talk about the book, it's a novella, so we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? So, man, they even have like the art inside the book.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of want to buy it, but
Man,
I'm glad we're reading it first because I got to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Man, she looks like a freaking goddess.
That's like, girl,
Dude,
I'm
are
putting
those
my
like
Maleficent horns on and getting the dress. It's
Look,
fabulous.
there's like also like knives on the floor?
That's what I'm saying. What is happening? Because I was like, he's not delivering presents.
He
Look at
must
that.
be hogtied or something.
Yeah.
He
So
must be.
is it captive as well?
I don't know. Because also the picture frame and the vase are like tilted over on the
Yes,
mantle.
there was a struggle, and I don't know if it was tension filled because of lust, or if this, is something else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, do you want to see? Let's read for like 30 minutes, maybe, and see where we get. If that's okay, y'all can read whatever you want. I'm also going to be cooking dinner, so I might not get that far, because it is 7:30 for me right now. So, yeah, y'all wanna let's do some sprints. I don't have. What do you put on the screen? Do I look up Pomodoro timer? What do I look
You
up?
do whatever makes you comfortable. You can put a time up as a comment.
YouTube, but I like the timer thing.
So I use studiowithme.io, and this is a fireplace setting kind of moment. So
I'm just gonna search 30-minute timer on.
That works too. Like anything.
Oh, there's a cute one. But can I turn the sound off so I don't get copyrighted?
Yeah, you should be able to. But I don't know what's like. But you should be able to do it in here.
Okay, let me do skip.
Oh, someone said there's super fancy gingerbread timers on YouTube. Good to know. I need that for my
Wait, what is that called? Let's do that.
Cute.
Super funny dancing. Let me look.
Hi. I love your handle, Hermione Forever.
Okay, we're gonna do.
I love that.
We're gonna share my screen. Present. Oh, let me take this banner off. Hide current banner. There we go. I'm so chaotic. Tiffany's way more professional with StreamYard.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm a theater kid and I'm a geek and I rehearse. That's all it is. I've just practiced it before we go on for like 20 minutes because I'm crazy. The production of it all. That is too. Shut up.
Okay, so we're gonna start over, but let me put a banner on the screen. Why is it going? I don't want it to go.
It's so cute. You guys, see, I learned. You guys teach me so much. I'm gonna look that up. There's gingerbread ones too.
I just looked up 30-minute timer and that's what showed up. So, we're reading. What is it called? Wreck the Halls by N.R. Oh wait, I had a comment like that. I'll just pin my comment.
Woo-hoo.
So smart. Okay, we're gonna be doing that. Okay, are we ready, everyone? You can read whatever you want, or read this book. But in 30 minutes, we'll be talking about Wreck the Halls. So, happy reading, everyone. Let's go.
I'll mute myself because I can be alone.
Time's up. Let me stop screen.
Oh. I just finished it.
Oh my god.
Okay. One more paragraph. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome, y'all. I was eating. I cooked dinner at 8, so I'm at 45%.
Woo! Woo!
I'm at the part where like they're trying. They just found out that they know each other.
Yeah. Okay. So I do like the concept in this novella of Santas and Krampuses being a species, like entities. I like that.
That's in the book we talked about. The Maeve Black one, they're like creatures too that like there's multiple cupids.
Yeah, like there's cupids. Like he is a demon Santana. And so like he's just next in line and she's a cupid. Like yeah. I like that.
I like that. I really like that. So well, I need to finish it still, but what do you think about it? What do you think about it?
Well, I do like the concept. I do like that this is kind of like a I came to kill you type of thing too. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I like this really cool concept of like them being like species. So she has a good reason to be angry. And to be out to kill him. So I never usually with enemies to lovers, I'm like, oh, okay, well, we're just like playing around with this trope. We gotta sell books, got it. But this feels like they really do have history, and the artwork came into play very quickly. So I'm not gonna say anything else.
I figured out, why is there things falling over?
Yeah, why what are we wrecking? You know? Not just this Krampus, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay. But I like it. I like
You liked it?
I do. Yeah. It's a cool concept. And I think they did a good job. I also was looking at on Amazon when I did download it. It's like what is it? Like one of those like shorts, quick 25-minute stories or how they tag it. I'll have to look it up. But I think I think it delivers on that.
What would y'all rate it? What would y'all rate it if you could? Because sometimes I have to sit in my rating. So if you're one of those people,
I'm a little because it's so short. Like I think delivering on the concept in the holiday and whatever, like I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. If I was like really like, I'd put it at like a 3. But then if I place it as a 3, people are gonna be like, oh, I'm not picking that up. I think this delivers on the concept. I think it's fun. I like that it's sort of second chance. I also like that in a really short amount of time, this author was able to put a lot of history and lore into it. Like also, I think it's cool that like, you know, like Santa and Krampus like work together. And Krampus is supposed to be like the shadow of Santa, like all that kind of stuff. I love all of that. And why she's angry, what she's there to do. I think it's really clever and I think it's well done. And then I think also making it a second chance with just a short amount of pages like this, kind of it's not a workaround to it being insta lovey, but it's kind of like they have history and we're just rekindling. So I think that's a smart way.
No, I like that too. I think that's the only way that this concept would have worked in that short amount of pages. Like, could you imagine them not knowing each other and then just
come on?
Yeah.
Like that, and you know what? I will go there with like a bonkers premise. That's something that's really fun. That's holiday. Like I'm in a different like mode when I'm like reading like holiday novellas. But I think that this does a really good job of it. Like it's like to the point. You know what it reminds me of? It's what I wish would happen between Batman and Catwoman. That's what this is reminding me of.
Oh my god!
Like it reminds me of like Batcat like fan fiction that I want. Like just give me a short steamy encounter between Batman and Catwoman. I know there's history there, Bruce. I know there's history there. I know she's a little quirky, and I know that she's so brilliant that she's like on the fringes of society. Like I have all these like ideas of Batman and Catwoman just because of their like banter in the films. I'm talking Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Okay. So that's kind of like what it reminds me of. Like it's short, sweet, to the point. There's loads of history there, and like I'm intrigued. I'd read more.
No, I would too. I definitely want to pick up. Let me see what holiday number 2 is.
Oh, right.
Because number 3 is the fiance's dad Halloween one, where she's a witch and he's a vampire. I really liked that one. Let's go.
Knowing each other makes sense. It's 40 pages because as writing, I'd go 3 stars. Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's like, you know,
yeah.
I'm not gonna go, this is 5 stars for, like, no, I really, really think this executes on the premise. It's really cool. It's very holiday. It's like in, out, clever. Like, we're good.
It was funny and clever how they explained why he disguised himself as classic Santa, but it's actually Rick.
Okay, and I don't want to spoil anything, so there's gonna be a moment later where you're like,
let me see.
Hilarious. And then look at the artwork. The knives on the floor look like her horns, and I love that.
I noticed that. Yeah.
I'm like, come on, commissioned art for this specific piece. It's perfect. I love it. It's so, I'm like, this is fun.
Ooh, what are we
I
eating?
can justify having it on my shelves.
What are we eating?
I made snickerdoodles, but like with the whole batch, I don't always put the cinnamon in. So this is like one with very light cinnamon and like sugar. So I have like my little, have you seen these plates at the store? They're so cute. These gingerbread plates.
That's so cute. What store did you get that at?
I got these at Walmart. I love them. And they're not like behind glass, so I don't have to like wait for them to get them. But they're so cute.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, the lore was really cool. I'm like, okay, drop me in.
We did get, while we were reading this question.
And I looked up and I was like, but I do have ideas for that.
Sometimes Tiffany and I are like ultra prepared. And like we're on the same page also. Like
it's really great.
I know someone's like ultra prepared that we have 2 months ahead of books planned. And like we're like, oh, I forgot the day of the launch.
We're like typical, we're in alignment. And it's like that does not that does not always happen. And then I typically have friends that are like, I'm an aspirational plan A, like personality, like A type, you know, person. And I have modes, but I'm not on that mode all the time. And so but me and Ava are like on the same page all the time.
I want to read book number 2, like right now. Okay, so this is the cover. It's called X marks the O's. It's Valentine's.
Shut up.
And you have a Cupid vigilante.
What? Oh, are we sold? I'm sold on the author.
And then I already know book number 3. This is this one's Tryst or Treat. This one is the fiance's dad, age gap. He's a vampire, she's a witch.
Oh my god.
And then let's see.
Oh, there's a 5th one in the season. A season.
Yeah, where's book number 4? It like, oh well. This one's Married and Bright is the last one.
How long is it?
Or is that? Oh, it's a collection.
Oh, okay. Dang, because I was like 444 pages.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, but it's filled with 3 new novellas. So it's not the ones we already read. So you have Violent Nights.
Oh, she's prolific.
And Ivy is an elf and is on Santa's personal protection detail. And Kane is a grumpy, gorgeous, way too old for her retired special forces soldier. That's the first story. Then you have Red, Wed, and Blue.
So cute.
It said, oh my gosh, I'm reading this. Ready? When radicals who believe Atlantis and its advanced technology are a threat to the supernatural world steal Poseidon's trident, Mermaid Calypso vows to return the weapon to the sacred city before it's used to ruin her brother's political marriage. What? And apparently Poseidon hires a fae bodyguard to pose as her husband as they go undercover to aboard a cruise ship where the trident is.
Stop it! Bodyguard Calypso!
Mhm.
I love
I haven't
Calypso.
read a Calypso yet.
I love Calypso.
And then the last one is Thanks and Hauntings, which there's nothing worse than being single during the holidays, except for being single during the holidays when you have a crush on your brother's best friend who will be at Thanksgiving because he's a ghost haunting your grandparents' house.
What? These are such cool concepts. She's having fun.
Yes, they are all the same author. It's N.R. Scarano. It's the same series. It's a part of the Seasons Readings series.
That's
So the one we just read, that's the first book. Yeah, that's the last three I mentioned. Those are all short stories in this collection.
It's so cute.
Yes, we all need more mermaid romances. I think I have like a few that I would have for your rec video, but I always make sure to do 10 books per rec video, and I only have like half of that. So I need to read more. There's not a lot out there.
And this author's out here writing fantasy, sci-fi romance, as well as romantic crime thrillers. I love that.
Maybe she has like longer books that we should check out.
Yeah, because these are fun. And I love feeling like I want to have this feeling like when I'm reading, this is how I feel with Jessica Kane. Like I feel like Jessica Kane is just you know what I mean? Like at the keyboard clacking. You know what I mean? Like just having a key. I also have that feeling like when I'm in certain books, like I want to feel like someone's plotting and moving the post-its and the index cards, but like with the holiday novella, like I just want to feel like they're just having a little time.
You just want a jolly good time.
Yeah,
that's
how I feel.
Sometimes the more chaotic, the better. It depends on my mood.
This is a really cool concept.
But I kind of want to marathon like all those books. So.
I know, right?
Especially that bind up. That bind up sounds so good.
Yes. And it's all by the same author. I like that because these anthologies keep getting me. I always end up getting them, and like I always end up reading all of the stories, but sometimes with an anthology, it's a hit and miss. You know, I'm drawn in by one or two authors and I get the whole thing. At the end of the day, I'm glad I contributed though. So, you know, it's never a full miss. But this, I just think it's a really fun, cool concept that was executed well with the time given. I don't see that a lot.
Love that. As for our question on what our book is going to be next month, we do not know yet.
We don't.
We're going to talk about it.
If you have any, you know, suggestions too, we can relook at those. I also reached out to, why am I blanking on the author? The Orc and the Innkeeper. Someone left on a comment on that live show if she was going to be coming out with audiobooks. And so I did send an email just to ask because what is it? The third in the series is already coming out or is coming out next year. So I asked. So I'm going to follow up with that just to see because there aren't any audiobooks that I know of yet, to be honest, being made for that series.
Oh, I'd love to know that. I feel like those would be good, cozy audiobooks for sure.
They really would. And cast a wider net. But, you know, I also know the audiobooks are like expensive to produce and like all of that. So, but I thought it can't hurt to ask. So I did ask. We'll see. Yeah, they have really cool ideas. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, oh, okay. I like that. It says on her little profile, which I do like reading authors' bios. Sometimes if I need a little inspiration, if I'm stuck, I'd like to read authors' bios, and depending upon how like detailed they are or the feel of them, I will like pick their books up. And in the author bio, it talks about like her writing like procedurals and like crime thrillers and stuff like that.
Oh, whoa.
What happened?
No, the crime thrillers.
Isn't that crazy? No, yeah. I was like procedurals, crime thrillers, and then but also like fantasy and sci-fi. So she has like a range, and that makes sense because these concepts are like, I like that.
They're really unique. I love how I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, multi-genre author who mostly writes romantic crime thrillers. I was like, what? Stop it.
Where are those ones? Those sound fun.
I know. I'm going in here and I'm seeing. Oh, I just love these books that we picked because I'm gonna end up reading the troll one too.
Oh yeah, I want to read that one too. And then there was another one that I sent you that I wanted to read. Because I think I sent you 3. That I really wanted to read.
I also had. It was like, oh,
you had the Glitter Orc.
Yeah, Glitter Orc was cute, and then there's another one. I didn't see it. It was like Grumpy Alien Santa, a Silver Fox sci-fi alien romance novella.
I think I read that one.
And I was like, there are too many of my little bing words up in here.
I've
Like,
read that one already. That was fun.
It's got that OG cover feel. It's got that cover.
Yes. In the comments, y'all leave down below your favorite like monster alien holiday books. Like, let us know. I found this one. This guy is scary looking, ornamental.
That's
I've read a few Adrian Blue books, and they're like very short and like
this isn't random. Did you like the previous work though?
I read The Siren and the Sea by Emma Elizabeth. Oh, I haven't heard of that.
No, let me look that up.
No,
It's
I thought you were
really
about to ask if I've read The Siren by Kiara Cass, and I was about to have a full-on rant. That's one of the very few books, less than 5 books, that I despise with my whole being.
Yeah, and that's why I said that's not random, but then you read the full comment, so this is more The Siren on this.
Sorry, I don't mean
I was
to
thinking of Ballad of Sky and Sea. That's what I read earlier this year.
Oh, no worries. We'll announce like before the end of the year for sure. And our book clubs are always at the end of the month. So we're going to announce before the end of the year what our January book will be. But yeah, no worries at all. You're not rushing us.
Girl, no, you're not. And you know what? Thank you if you are, because
yeah, no, we forgot. So that was a good reminder.
Yeah, this is a collaborative effort. Please and thank you. No, really.
Yeah. So if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. I need to see maybe if there's any like new releases, maybe.
Yeah, and if you comment, because I read them, like I saw the comment about the Orc and the Innkeeper on our like last one, like I see them and I'll respond to it and be like, oh yeah, maybe I need to get that out. This is this one you're talking about? Get into it.
Oh my gosh, that cover is stunning. I'm adding that right now.
Recommendations on here.
I'm adding that right now.
I know. We all just get it. We get it. That is The Siren in the Sea. This is so great.
Is that a full length or a novella? I think
this is a novella. 77 pages.
Girl, I'm reading that. Wait a second.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
What book number is it in the series?
This is.
Do I have to read them in order? I'd have to ask that now after eat my moon dust.
And is it just me, or am I kind of like I've been seeing a lot of bakers. A lot of bakers, and I love it.
I'm assuming hopefully we don't have to read them in order because it's about 2 different creatures based on the other books in the series. I do have book number 1 in the series. He's like a tree nymph dude. I do have that book on one of my monster romance lists. So, because that cover is familiar. Oh, wait, no. I got that for free one day.
Yeah. No, that was in stuff. Yeah.
That was in Stuff Your Kindle Day. Yeah. So, I'm going to get A Siren in the Sea. And if I like that one.
I was like, I watch all your videos. I'm like, which one, girl?
If I like The Siren in the Sea.
I was like, no.
And,
I was like, oh.
Oh, give us the rant. About The Siren by Kiara Cass. I read that book in high school. I remember I was like maybe a junior, and that's when it came out. I didn't know that it was that was like the first book that Kiara Cass came out with. If you didn't know, Kiara Cass wrote the Selection series, the young adult books, like royalty Hunger Games kind of, but no one died. Like no one, you don't kill people. It's like The Bachelor and the Hunger Games mixed together. I'm jealous of your cookie.
I'm eating this tea. Keep going.
But it was apparently the first book that Kiara Cass came out with, and the publisher was like, hey, okay, let's actually publish this book now, because I think it was indie, like way back when. And it's a mermaid romance, and I was like rage reading it because I love the Selection books. They were like everything to me and my friends. We were rereading them all the time.
And you don't get upset like this.
I don't. Wow. I don't rage read at all. If I'm not feeling a book, I normally don't feel books. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not feeling this. Let's put it down. I don't hate books. Never do. I do not. But those books are standalones.
Yes. Thanks for the record.
Yes. And the cover is beautiful. I completely agree. There was like I don't remember everything about it. I just remember like I was the manager of the softball team in high school, and I would sit in the dugout while they practiced at the end of the school day, and I was just like rage reading this book, and they're like, "You good, Avery?" And I just kept complaining to them all day long about what was horrible about this book. I can't remember a lot of it because it was so long ago. I was like, that was almost a decade ago. So,
You still remember it. That's
yeah,
right.
no, I was so angry. Like one of the like all I remember is that the heroine is a mermaid. The sea is a character and it is her mother. Like this ocean is a sentient being. Like it's not doesn't have a physical form, it's the ocean. And apparently the sea is her mother. And she wants to go to land to like find purpose.
Okay.
And then she like is walking somewhere and finds this guy and then it's like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with him. But then she has to go back to the sea. And then like one day she washes up shore where he's vacationing one day. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why the fuck? I'm like, out of all the places, like that is not realistic at all. And like there's so many other things I was so pissed about. I was so pissed about that book. There was more, obviously I don't remember. That's the only thing I remember. But there's obviously more to it if I hated it that much.
I was just like, oh my gosh, I've never heard you be that. I was like,
Mm-mm. No, that book, and then the Vampire Diaries books.
oh, don't get me started on that. Those are the most racist. I can't even. I opened that book and was like, oh, no, ma'am. I'm not reading this. And I ain't talking about it.
No.
No,
I read
ma'am.
those. Yeah, I read those my first year on BookTube back in like 2017 because I
like,
obviously loved the show. The show trumps those books a billion.
That's a case where the show is better than the books.
Oh yeah,
I was like, what school are we going to? What's
for
the
sure
school called? I couldn't even get past that. I was like, I'm not. And you know,
no.
Just
And so the only video on my whole entire YouTube channel, it is my most popular video, but it is the only video I have the comments muted because I get hate comments from little girls on that video all the time. And yeah, I compared the TV show and book. Like, oh my gosh. I basically like slammed the books because I hated them. And all I got were hate comments. That's the only video I really get hate comments on. So I just turned off the comments. One of my friends at the time, I don't remember who it was, told me like, hey, because I was like, I kind of want to take it down. I hate all these comments. Like, I feel horrible. Like, it's making me feel bad. Like, I hate all these hate comments because hate comments can get to you.
yeah,
Like, they can. And I feel like BookTube is such like a positive sphere. I don't normally get a lot of hate comments. And so that video was just like all of it was hate comments. And I even had to like pin a comment on the top of saying like, I know everyone that these books came out before the show, but I will stand by the fact that they are worse than the show 1,000,000,000%. And I like, I kept getting these horrible hate comments. And one of my friends was like, turn off the comments, get that money because it's your most popular video. Get that money from people watching it, but turn off the comments. You won't get the hate.
Yeah, like, and it is. It's hard, like, because it's an exchange being online. It's like we're on a platform that's centered around engagement, and so negative engagement can come with the territory. I've definitely gotten some. Of the first time I was alarmed, I think it was when I was doing Bridgerton, because I was breaking down the season, and I always had to note, like, I'm a book lover first, so I'm going to be speaking in that vein. But I didn't disclose that I worked in television, that I worked in film before. I just was speaking to what pertained to the video. I'm thinking through the lens of the book. So season 2, I was upset. There are people in my comments like, what book people don't get is it's not going to be a direct adaptation and they have to. I'm like, sir, I know. That's the first time I like commented back to somebody and I was like, sir, I understand how television works. That's my industry. I don't need you to like mansplain that. I just didn't like what they're doing. So yeah, hate comments are it's tough. It's part of the name of the game. And sometimes, like, I mean, you can mute people, you can turn off comments.
Yep. I have had to block a few people before.
And then you get used to it. Like, I think for me too, sometimes, I mean, it's hard when like you do have like a public page, because sometimes I think I look like I'm like I'm like twerk dancing on my soapbox of what I'm not gonna like enact or change. Because I, but I like, because I have a daily practice of just like reviewing things. and like any kind of critique or something that comes up in my life. You know, I try to make sure it's in alignment with who I say I am or who I say I want to be. And so like I already just do that in my daily practice. And so I can suit up and show up to spaces knowing that I've reflected upon why I'm gonna change something or not. And I don't really grandstand or like do long form videos about like what I'm doing or what I'm changing. So for that kind of video, yes, girl, you can turn the comments off. You don't need to read those or like go back and forth. Like it's especially when we're talking about books, everyone's opinion's different, everyone's taste is different. You know,
I'll stand by on it. I will die on the hill.
Yeah, double down.
The show is times better.
The show is better. And then I remember I got challenged by that too, because I was like, I'm like, well, let me read this. That's another thing people don't like. If you tell me something's like that, something's problematic in a book, don't pick it up. I'm picking that book up. I want to see if it's problematic to me. I want to read the material. I might not like review it or do a whole video on it. I have in the past, but like I want to know for myself. And so I finished that. The books are horrible. I agree. I don't like them.
Oh my God.
The show's so much better.
Okay, so I said I want to list off a few things that I remember. Like again, I remember things from books I hate read. Catherine, by the way, Catherine can shapeshift. And she shifts into a kitten. And in the books, Elena doesn't have Jeremy. She has a baby, like toddler sister instead. And Catherine shifts into a kitten and goes in her crib and tries to kill the baby as a kitten.
It's a lot.
That's one thing. Like, I'm like, what the?
Very like just shocking, you know, for shock value. We're not propelling anything forward. Like, I think the show did so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Like hands down,
the little inspiration they needed and went with it in the best possible way.
They did. I can't get book 4 in the Inner Chronic book on Kindle in the UK.
Maybe can you get a physical copy?
Girl,
maybe.
The bind up. You're talking about the bind up.
Yeah.
Are people allowed to send it to you for Christmas? I'm so bad about that. You know what? I love that I don't have like that. My channel is smaller because I'm like I can't just be sending, but I would send it to you. I know, but like I have like I could do that for like 1 or 2 people. It's not like I have like 50 people doing that. But like that's like come on, you should have that book if you want it. Hold on, let me see.
But as we're winding down, let us know if you have any more Christmas recs, even if they're not monster or alien. Just like let us know what holiday books you're reading, because we do love other books as well.
I was seeing Layla Faye's like new like series out right now. They're all like novellas. Some of them are masked, and they're really cute covers because the object keeps changing. I need to read those. And then I saw what was it? Olivia did. Yeah. Yes! Very stuck on Christmas. And then the next one
has a very killer Christmas. That one comes out next year.
That's cute. I'm like, these are like so cute. And then the I sent it to Lynn's Romance Library because I was like, have you read this series? I saw somebody reading the Allie Hazelwood one. Within the Under the Mistletoe series, Tessa Bailey, Olivia.
I've heard. I'm going to follow Christy's recommendation on which ones I read from those.
Christy from Christy's reads a lot. If she says it's worth my time, I'm sad. That's me too. And she'll get to it in time. So like when there's an onslaught right now, like holiday, we've got it's less than a week before Christmas. I'm also in like the running for, you know, if you have any recs for New Year's, I love New Year's.
There is a book I put on my TBR. I just remembered that it came out on the 18th and I needed to start it because I was so excited for it. Let me pull up. Where's my graphic for my TBR for the month? Okay, it's called Novella of Sin by Jodi King. And this one is a dark romance that's holiday.
Oh, girl, I'm not through with Stitches yet.
How are you liking Stitches?
Really like it. It's dark. Now I see, like, so she finishes the book and her face is like, and I'm like, what, girl? Like, what's going on? She was like, it's like horror kind of. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's a romance. It's like, it's very good. And it is very dark. Like, the way that it weaves in The Nightmare Before
Oh,
Christmas.
I love the weaving. Yeah, I love that.
Elements are just so good. I'm scrambling looking for, I think I have the ebook too, of this, so I can just give you the cover, but it's really good. And it is dark, but it's like healing and stuff. It's so good. Like
It's
the
really good.
Sally elements, how our heroine is like Sally. That's a very dark way that it's recast. I mean, from the very beginning, you're like getting rocked. But this is the book that I'm talking about.
I
I'm
love
still
it.
not done with it because I'm saving it for like when I come in after work, type of thing, and I'm reading physically because Lynn from Lynn's Romance Library sent it to me, and it's just like it's really good. So I think also too, I'm trying to savor it because I could just devour it in like an hour. I'm trying not to do that, but it's very, very good. How about Twilight? Do you all prefer the books or movies? Okay, this is the thing I was trying to explain. My friend Monique, who like did my shelves, she's watching Twilight for the very first time, and they've added this like drinking game where like every single time Kristen Stewart bites her lip, they're taking a drink and like, you're going to get alcohol poisoning. Like it's one of those things where look, I love the movies. I love the movies. With the books, I was late to the party because that was like, I think I didn't start the books until it was on Audible Escape, if I can remember. So that was like 09 or something like that. I was late to the party with the books because I read them after the very first one came out. So I feel like I was going to like Rocky Horror Picture. I remember because my friend was like reading the books, and like I was more concerned about like going to Rocky Horror Picture Show every Saturday. My family's here every Saturday, instead of being where I was supposed to be, pretending that I was going on sleepovers. But anyway, I wasn't reading the books at the same time everybody else was. I turned out okay. But I would say the movies. I love the movies. And I know, I mean, I feel like you had to be there. I was trying to explain to Monique, like, you had to be there. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
You're not perfect. Yes. Like, but I freaking love them.
Yeah, they're like guilty pleasures for me.
They eat down.
Like, okay, with the Vampire Diaries books, like, there are just ridiculous and offensive things in those books.
That's our point.
Right? And in the Twilight books, yes, it's problematic in some aspects, and yeah, there are plot holes, and
we could talk about craft. You fine.
Yeah.
We're okay. We could talk about craft with the Twilight books. We're talking about just like.
But I feel like the storyline of the books and the movies match really well. So I feel like I think they're good representations. There are things you're gonna miss in the movies that you wish were in there from the books. But I feel like they changed things they needed to. And I read the books when I was in middle school, so I was in totally that era. But yeah,
I was going to Horror Picture Show. I wasn't reading the books. Like I was so obsessed with that, you know. So yeah, like, and so with the movies, once the movies came out, and I think it was like a year after that, and then it was on Audible. Oh, I wish we could have Audible Escape. We'll never get it again.
I know.
Talk about unlimited.
I read so many books.
Yeah, so many books. Anyway, but yeah, I came to the books after the fact and was like, oh wow, this is what we were reading. Okay, you know what I mean? Like I had that, you know, but also like just the knowing that you kind of had to like be there and like in the moment of it all. I love stuff like that where it creates a binding influence.
Yeah, like the Hunger Games is one.
I just love that where you feel like everybody in the world isn't, but you just feel like there are millions of people reading this book with you, like watching this movie with you, like, and I like that whole like
it's like a phenomenon
about it. It's fun. That's why I think it's like crazy that when people poo-poo on things that are popular, it's like they're popular for a reason. If it's your bag, it's your bag. If it's not, but like I definitely came to the books later. I love the movies because I love the movies to go back and like still break them down. I mean, it's just like it's high key tea. I never get sick of it. I just think they're fun.
Well, we're coming up on an hour and 30, so I think we'll end it here. But we had so much fun chatting with y'all.
Please let us know if there's anything that's on your radar that you would like us to read for the month of January.
Yes, if
what would you like access to? Maybe there's an audiobook, you know, just let us know.
We'll try and find one. I'll try and find one with audio because that's hard.
It
But we're
is.
gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We'll figure it out. If not this month, then the next month. Like sometimes we pick things that we don't.
Happy
So.
holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thank y'all for joining us. This was a really fun live, and sorry we mixed things up, but
I had fun though.
things
It was
happen. Yes,
Thank
it
you
was a
for
good
coming.
choice.
Thank you for the Rex.
Bye.
Bye.
y'all.
See you next year.